What's up, fellas? So it's now 2025, and with each year comes new credit cards. Today, I'll be going over the 5 best catch-all credit cards to get for your wallet in 2025. So most credit cards earn 1% or 1x back on every purchase. What makes a catch-all card is that they earn more than the general 1x back to use for your non-category spend. It's important to add a catch-all card to your setup to raise the floor of cashback or points you earn on all of your purchases. In this video, I'll be going over cards that earn from 1.5% all the way to 4% back on every single purchase, as well as additional perks and benefits of each of these cards. And make sure to watch till the end of this video because I'll be going over a new card that came out in late 2024 that everybody's talking about right now. If that sounds like a plan, sit back, grab a drink, and let's get started. So I'll be ranking each card on this list from 1 to 10 depending on the annual fee, credits, sign bonus, earning categories, and any additional perks, benefits, or thoughts that I have. And each of those sections will be worth 2 points. Starting off, we have the Chase Freedom Unlimited card. This was the third ever credit card I got. It's a really good card, simple card, and I'll go over the benefits now. So it has an annual fee of $0, so that gets 2 points right there. Since this card is a $0 annual fee, I don't really expect much credits, but you do get 3 months of Dash Pass, so I'll give that 1 out of the 2 points for this category. The sign-up bonus for this card is earning $200 after spending $500 in the first 3 months, which comes out to a 40% return on spend. So for a no annual fee card, that's pretty good. So I'm going to give it 2 out of 2. The earning categories for this card is 1.5% cash back or Chase Ultimate Reward points on every single purchase, as well as 3% on dining and drugstores, and 5% on travel purchased through the Chase Travel Portal. I'm going to give the earning categories 1 out of 2 just because it's only 1.5% on everything, and as a catch-all credit card, you usually want at least 2%. For additional perks and benefits, there's honestly not much on this card, so I'm going to give that 0 out of 2. So overall, the Chase Freedom Unlimited gets 6 out of 10 points for me just because it doesn't really have much additional perks and it earns 1.5 instead of 2%. But still, this card earns Chase Ultimate Reward points, so some people might value that over a 2% catch-all card. Moving on, we have the Capital One Venture X. This card came out around 2021 and really just took everybody by storm. This card comes with an annual fee of $395, so I'm going to have to give it 0 out of 2 for this category. Though this card is loaded with credits with 10,000 mile anniversary bonus worth around $100, as well as a $300 annual travel credit, meaning with these 2 credits alone, you get $400 of value, which negates the $395 annual fee. And on top of that, you also get a $120 global entry or TSA pre-check credit, which renews every 4 years. The fact that the credits outweigh the annual fee, I'm going to give this 2 out of 2. The sign-up bonus for this card is 75,000 miles after spending $4,000 on purchases in the first 3 months of account opening. This is just a really good sign bonus in my opinion. I mean, I think we did see it at, I believe, 90,000 at some point, but still 75,000 miles is a great amount of points, so I'm going to give this 2 out of 2. For earning categories, this card not only earns 2x miles on every single purchase, but also earns 10x miles on hotel and car rentals booked through the Capital One Travel Portal, and 5x miles on flights and vacation rentals booked through the Capital One Travel Portal. Not much else you can really ask for in a catch-all credit card, so I'm going to give this 2 out of 2. This card comes with a bunch of benefits, including access to Capital One lounges as well as Priority Pass lounges, and you can also get Hertz President Circle status. So for additional perks and benefits, I'm going to give it 2 out of 2. So overall, the Capital One Venture X is great for the right person, and it gets an 8 out of 10 score, mostly due to the awesome credits as well as all the benefits that come along with this card. One of the only downsides to this card really is that Capital One is kind of hard to get approved for, but if you are able to get approved for this card, it can be super awesome. Moving on, we have the American Express Blue Business Plus. This card has a $0 annual fee, so I'm going to give it 2 out of 2 for that. This card doesn't really come with any credits, so even though it's a $0 annual fee, I'm going to have to give it 0 out of 2 for that. The sign-up bonus on this card is 15,000 membership reward points after you spend $3,000 in purchases on your card in the first 3 months. So this sign-up bonus kind of really sucks since it's only a 5% return on your spend of $3,000. The only real reason you would get this card is for the earnings, which I'll talk about in a second. But as for the sign-up bonus, I'm going to have to give it 1 out of 2. So this card earns 2x membership reward points on all spend up to $50,000 a year. I assume most people aren't spending $50,000 a year, so that's probably fine. But what's special about this card is that it's the only membership reward point earning card that earns 2x on all purchases. So if you're really into Amex, then this card could make a lot of sense for you. So for that, I'm going to give it 2 out of 2. For additional perks and benefits, it does come with extended warranty and purchase protection, so I'm going to give it 1 out of 2 for that. So overall, the American Express Blue Business Plus gets 6 out of 10 for me. If you really like Amex, then this card's great, earning 2x membership reward points on all purchases. But if not, then there's probably better options for you. Moving on, we have the Bank of America Premium Rewards Credit Card. This card comes with a $95 annual fee, so I'm going to have to give it 1 out of 2 for that. Though it does have a yearly $100 airline incidental credit, which can be used for seat upgrades, baggage fees, in-flight services, and airline lounge fees, as well as a $100 statement credit for TSA PreCheck and global entry every 4 years. So for the credits outweighing the annual fee, I'm going to give it 2 out of 2 for that. The sign-up bonus on this card is 60,000 bonus points after spending $4,000 in the first 3 months of account opening. And for a $95 annual fee credit card, that's super good, so I'm going to give it 2 out of 2 for that. This card earns 2x back on travel and dining purchases and 1.5x back on everything else. So that's really not that good, but one thing about Bank of America is they have tiers where you can get to the platinum tier to earn 75% more on your credit card earnings, meaning that the catch-all would be 2.625 back on all purchases. So for that, I'm going to give the earnings 1 out of 2 just because you have to have so much in assets just to have the 2.625. But if you do have that much with Bank of America, this card could be super good. This card doesn't have much additional perks or benefits, so I'm going to give it a 0 out of 2 for that. So overall, the Bank of America Premium Rewards card gets 6 out of 10 points for me. It's a card that's easy to justify every year just with the airline incidental fee alone. But since it only earns 1.5x on everything unless you have Platinum Honor status, I think there is better cards to go with. Now for the new kid on the block, the US Bank Smartly card. This card has a $0 annual fee, so I'm going to give it 2 out of 2 for that. So this card doesn't really come with any credit since it is a $0 annual fee, so I'm going to have to give it a 0 out of 2 for that. And although this is a new card, it actually does not come with a sign-up bonus, which I actually did not know until researching for this video. So if you did actually want this card, instead of applying for it, I would actually go with the US Bank Cash Plus card, so you can at least get a $200 bonus after spending $1,000 in the first 3 months of account opening. And then after the first year, you could product change to the US Bank Smartly card for its benefits. So since this card doesn't have a sign-up bonus, but you can technically get one through a product change, I'm going to give this 1 out of 2. Now for the earning categories, this card earns 2% back on all purchases, but similar to Bank of America, US Bank has a tier system where basically you can earn up to 4% back on all purchases if you have a qualifying balance of $100,000 or more in a US Bank deposit, trust, or investment account. So since this card is astronomical in the fact that no other card on the credit card market earns 4% back on every single purchase, I'm going to give this 3 out of 2. And just like other cards on this list, it has a $0 annual fee, so there isn't really any additional perks or benefits. So I'm going to give it 0 out of 2 for that. So overall, this card gets a 6 out of 10 score for me. It does not come with a sign-up bonus, but you could always just product change from the US Bank Cash Plus to get a sign-up bonus. And obviously, the 4% cash back on every purchase is just crazy. So if you are able to get the qualifying balance of $100,000 or more, I think this card could be super powerful for you. So now we got some honorable mentions. We have the Discover It Cashback Credit Card. Basically, this card is super easy to get approved for, so if you are just starting out in your credit journey, this would be an awesome card. And why I do consider it a catch-all card is because in your first year, you get a cashback match on all of your earnings, and since this card earns 1% back on all purchases, technically in the first year, you get 2% back on every single purchase. Then after that, maybe you could get another card on this list, but if you are just starting out, the Discover It is a great credit card. It comes with a $0 annual fee, one of the sign-up bonuses being the cashback match in your first year, but also if you sign up through a referral link, which I have linked in the description, you can also get a $100 statement credit after your first purchase of any amount in your first 3 months of account opening. So overall, a great card for beginners. The last card on this list being the Fidelity Rewards Visa Signature Card. This card earns 2% back on all purchases, as well as having a $150 sign bonus after spending $1,000 in your first 90 days or 3 months. This card also has a $100 credit towards global entry and TSA PreCheck. If you guys want to know more about global entry or TSA PreCheck, I just made a video about it on my channel. So overall, an awesome card if you do want that global entry credit, as well as 2% back on all purchases with a $0 annual fee. So the Capital One Venture X did get the most points, coming in at 8 out of 10 points, but with the $395 annual fee, this card is definitely not for everyone. So overall, that's my list of the best catch-all credit cards for 2025. All of these cards are great options to raise the floor of cashback or points you earn throughout all of your spending. I hope you guys got some value out of this video, and maybe we'll consider applying for one of these cards in 2025. If you guys want to help support the channel, I linked every card I talked about in the description. Thank you guys in advance. Please consider leaving a like and subscribing if you enjoyed the video, because just like credit card points, it's free. Apparently only 6% of you guys are subscribed, so let's try to bring that number up a bit. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you on the next one.